Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Imran Khan from Excel Park Network Limited. The project which we are going to discuss today is energy services, UK energy services. It's B2B campaign, B2B project for call centers, for cold calling, for door-to-door marketing. And we can, of course, do the marketing through the email if we are allowed and if the customer are allowing us due to GDPR rules. I believe you know that there are different certain rules and regulations. So we can just do what is permitted. How can we start this project? How can we start selling? For example, in telemarketing, an agent can call and agent can first introduce the company. Like, for example, if I will call, I will say, hi, this is Max. I'm calling you from Niazi Solutions. We are energy brokers of top 10 or top 16 whatsoever companies. We have rates of different companies. And the reason why I'm calling you today is to give you the quotation for your gas and electricity. Either we can renew your contract or we can switch your supply to some other supplier whatsoever will be cheaper for you, because some of the customers are paying high prices if they are not in a contract. But do remember one thing: we can only deal with those, we can only deal those customers who are not in a contract or in a renewal window. For example, if their existing contract is expiring within 6 months time, 3 months time, 2 months time, either we can renew them today or we can switch them, and the sale will be live on the day when existing contract will be over. So first of all, we need to ask the customer whether they're in contract or they're out of contract. For example, the way when I was dialing I was just dialing in this way. Hi, hello, this is Imran from Niazi Solutions Limited. We're energy brokers, and the reason I'm calling you today is to give you the quotation for electricity and gas. And if you see that suits you, it's beneficial for you, you can start, you can, you can go ahead. And if you think you're already paying low prices, then you can simply ignore. Normally, whenever I used to call, most of the customers, more than 90% of the customers, of course, they said, and they will say that we're not interested in anything. Then what we can do, we can say, now, hi, Mr. Customer. For example, if you know the name of the customer, the name of the customer is Scott. Hi, Scott. I know most of the customers are not interested in the beginning, but I believe after listening my this promotion, you will show interest because this is for the benefit of your business. Most of the customers, they're unaware of the rates of all the companies, and they're unaware whether they can switch or not. So they're wasting a lot of money, and I believe you or maybe someone is one of them. So how can we give you the benefit that we are having the rates of different companies, so we can just tell you the rates, and if you like, you can go ahead. Otherwise, at any time, any point of the call, you can just stop us. So the first part will be greeting, in which you can tell the name of your company, because of course there are different rules and regulations and laws which are in the UK. So you cannot blindly call that I'm calling from some energy broker company, or I'm calling from ABCD. You can specify that I'm calling you from this company. I'm calling you from Niazi Solutions Limited, and you can tell the reason why we're calling. First part is the greeting, and second is the reasoning, or second is the reason of call, or just tell them, justify them why you're calling, and you're just calling them to give them the benefit. So the reason I'm calling you because I'm having rates of different suppliers. I can just simply tell you. Then there will be different answer questions from the customer. Customer can say, oh, you can just send me things in the email, or send me all the details through post. Then you can just simply say, actually, I'm just an agent, I'm not allowed to send you any literature. And if we keep sending literature to by post to every customer, of course, that will be wastage of paper money, and that will be wastage of time, because it will reach you after days or weeks, and still after that you will need someone to guide you, to tell you details. So that's why here I'm the call live with you. If you're quite busy at the moment, no problem at all. I can call some other point. You can tell me the best time to call you. And if the customer is not ready to talk with you, you can simply don't push the customer to talk. You can simply take the new time when the customer will be available, so that will actually make a reference. Next time whenever you will call customer, of course, consider that. For example, if you're calling customer, hi Mr. Customer, this is Amron from this company, how are you doing today? and the customer says, "Oh, I'm not feeling good, or I'm in a hospital or something," you can simply say, "Oh, I'm really sorry, sir. I'm really sorry. I didn't know that you're in trouble. You're in the hospital." So what I can do, I can, I can call you some other day, today, tomorrow, or some other time. So what is the best time to reach you? I'll not waste your time. I'll just take a couple of seconds, some couple of minutes. This call is for your benefit. Most of the customers we used to dial, we try to do renewals most of the time. So let me tell you, we can make sale in two ways. One is we can do renewals. Second is we can switch suppliers. How can we switch the suppliers? The customer is with any company, we can simply tell the customer, "Mr. Customer, you are paying high prices on this company. Look, these are the prices. How much are you paying per month?" The customer, for example, says, "I'm paying £500. Now, look, if you will come to this company, if you will, for example, if British Gas, if the customer is with British Gas and Scottish Power is cheaper today, and the customer is out of contract, so you can, and for example, he was paying, or he is paying £20, sorry, 20 pence per unit, and our rate with Scottish Power is 15 pence. It means it's a 25% less. So you can simply say the customer, "Hi, Mr. Customer, how much are you paying on average per month?" The customer, for example, the customer says £400. You can say simply, "Okay, if you will come to Scottish Power, your monthly bill will be around £300." Now, based on the calculations, unit rate, which I already guided you, if, for example, he's paying 20 pence, we are having 15 pence. So the difference, if we calculate the percentage, is 25%. So we can reduce the 25. If we tell the customer, most of the customers are unaware of unit rate and standing charges and these things. So it's better for the customer. We calculate, the agent must be sharp enough to calculate the things in seconds, or while talking with the customer, he can, calculate the things. So the sales depends on callbacks on your existing lead. For example, pipeline sales. If you're talking with thousands of the customers, and maybe 10 or 20 customers are showing a little bit interest, or just telling you the call again after some days or after some weeks, then you can call those customers on those days and tell them, "Hi, Mr. Customer, if you remember, we have spoken with you or your manager a couple of days ago." And some of the times, whenever you call and receptionist or irrelevant people to pick the call, then it doesn't mean that you should drop the call. Just tell hi. For example, if the receptionist and her name is Louis, "Hi Louis, how are you?" "Louis, I'm energy consultant. My name is Emron, and I'm actually the person who's facilitating different companies in your area, and your company can be one of them. So I need to talk with your manager. Is she available right now?" For example, say, "She's not available." "Oh, no problem at all. Can you please tell me what is the best time to call? I will call again." So that is now your duty. You can call. You can tell her that you receive call from my company, and there is a chance that we can save a lot of your money in the bills. You can still save a lot of your utility bills, and maybe it can be 15 to 20% reduction in your bill. And if the reduction will be possible or not possible, for example, I'm just telling you. So the day when we will offer them the final code, we can of course send them everything on paper, or in the email, or we can tell them on the call, so they will know it's 10%, 5%, or 20%. So if it's, for example, less than 20%, we can simply tell them, even if they're saving a small amount of money, still they are saving, so it's for their benefit. So there can be different kind of customers. Some of the customers, they're already, they've been fooled from different calls, or different people, they play around with them. They ask them, they told them that, "No, Mr. Customer, you will get discount," and at the end of the day, the customers are paying higher bills. Or there can be, I mean, many scenarios. So whenever we will call the customers, we need to show them the confidence that we are the right person. And the way we work, for example, the customer is saying, "Hey, hi, I need to know the rates, or just send me the quotation," for example. Then we will do quite well homework. We will take the rates of every supplier, we'll list down the rates, and we'll send those rates to the customer in email, or we can send through WhatsApp, or whatever the customer is demanding. That will of course show the customer that we are genuine people. And if we talk about the gas and electricity, there are two portions of the bills. One is the standing charge, and second is the unit rate. The unit rate, no matter it's gas or electric, Unit rate is the unit. I mean, if you consume 100 units and the rates is 20 pence, it means overall what will be the bill. So the unit rate, that will be simply multiplied with number of unit, and there will be an amount. So this will be the amount of the bill which customer is paying for the units consumed. And the second thing is the standing charge. Standing charge means the daily charge, whether customer will use electricity or gas or no, the customer will pay the standing charge. So there will be standing charge like 20-30% or something. Sorry, 20-30 cents. So standing charge plus unit rate, that will be the complete bill plus VAT and taxes. So we can tell the customer, hi Mr. Customer, at this moment you're paying this much amount, and if you will come with our company, then if you will join British Gas, Scottish, or whatsoever, then that will be the bill that you will pay. And there are different type of meters as well. There are standard meters, there are day and night meters, but at this moment this information is irrelevant. So simply, if, and one more thing, if the customer is in a contract, the customer is just telling you that I'm in contract and I cannot switch. We have already asked the customers what is the expiry date of your existing contract. What will happen if the customer existing contract is expiring soon or within the renewal window, then we can just simply tell the customer, hi Mr. Customer, there is no problem with your contract. We will deal with your contract. There will be no obligation on you. There will be no charges. There will be no penalties. And in at the back end, what we will do, for example, 2 months are remaining. We will our apply date of the new contract will be after 2 months. So in this way, we can save the customer paying any kind of penalties, and we can deal with that. In a case of the new owner, for example, if you find a person, if you call the customer, say, "Oh, I'm the new owner. I don't know who's my existing supplier, and I just came a couple of days ago or a couple of weeks ago." We can simply deal with the customers, and those kind of customers are quite easy to deal. Like there will be different kind of paperwork and different kind of calls that we need to make the suppliers. We can just call the supplier, say, hi, my name is this, I'm the broker, and this is my customer. The customer is actually the new owner. You want to sign up to us, and can you please send us a quote form, so we can just send the customer to fill blah blah blah. So there will be different kind of documentations which we will do on behalf of the customer, because we will be legally authorized to do, this thing. Why we will do this? Because customers they don't bother for these things. However, at the initial level, we can just take an LOA from the customers. Customer can sign an LOA for us. It will be the letter of authority. So we can do that. We can then proceed with change of tenancy. So there are two things again: renewal, if the customer is in renewal window. If the existing contract is expiring within 6 months, then we can renew the customers. We can give them the same supplier. We can tell them the new rates. How can we grab the customer? We can just tell them, hi Mr. Customer. We can just tell them the rates with 2p uplift, and tell them, hi Mr. Customer, the rates are 21.4 pence per unit, and we are giving you 20.4 pence per unit. So in this way, we can just tell the customer we are giving you the benefit, and we can renew the contract. There will be limited information which we will need from the customer. And another thing, if there be acquisition, we can, of course, we can switch the customer. If the customer is unhappy with one supplier, or if the customer is a new owner, we can just switch the customer from one supplier to another supplier. There is another again a case. We can just tell the rates of the lowest supplier, and we can get the customer. And the last thing, information which we need from the customer. Of course, we will have the business name, we have the business address. Then we need to confirm the customer's name. We need to confirm customer's date of birth, if it's a sole trader, and email address, customer's banking details in the case of court, or in the case of switch over. But how can we take this information? Hi, Mr. Scott. How are you, Mr. Scott? Your the business name of your sorry. I can see your business name is Pizza 123. Can you please confirm what is the correct name of the business? Customer will tell. And if, for example, if you're asking the email, don't say hi, customer. Just tell me your email. Hi, Mr. Customer. Of course, in future you will receive bills, and we will send the information as well, the welcome pack and all the stuff. So can you please confirm what is the email, what is the best email where we can send this information? And when we will take the uh, mobile number, we would like to take the mobile number. We can say, hi, Mr. Customer. In case in future, for example, at any point we want to talk with you in case of emergency, and we want to contact you not at the business. Is there any alternate number where we can contact you or something? So we can deal in this way. We can deal the customers, and this way we can take the information slowly. How can we take date of birth and other home address? If it's a limited company, then we don't need any information. If it's a sole trader, when you say, hi, Mr. Customer, as your company is a sole trader, we need to confirm your basic information for the credit check. Can you please confirm your date of birth and home address so we can do the soft credit check? And the second thing, how can we take the direct debit information of the customers? Hi, Mr. Customer, I believe you're already using some of the services, telecom or gas and electricity, energy services, or any utility services. There must be a direct debit where company can take the bill every month. So can you please confirm your name of the bank and the sort code number so we can just set up direct debit and we can complete your form. If the customer say, no, I'm not going to give you the direct debit details, we can just tell the customer, hi, Mr. Customer, if I myself, or if I will sign up for energy supplies of my brother or my business or anyone, still I will have to put this information just to complete it. Otherwise, the form will not allow me to go to the next page. So we must be sharp enough to to deal with the customers. So I will tell you the rest of the details in the next video. Thank you very much.